All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here for the lender call. And let me just go ahead and change my view. Let me just see how this looks on the stage. Awesome. So we're going to be going through for lenders. Got some great stuff on the lender stuff here for you, the things that we're doing. And Yi Gong is managing her ads for her. And so what I want to do is just walk through really what's working and how you can customize the ads, what you can do in partnership with the agents that you may be working with or that you're just helping a little bit more informally. All right. So I'm going to go to her ads and we will see here. I had some ads been running really. And I tell you, we got these custom questions I'm going to walk you through, and they are really helping her engagement with the leads that she's generating. So she's got an ad here. And if I click on view ad, and I'll walk through how to do the ad a little bit later or in a few minutes. But let's just take a quick look. So what we are doing, in fact, let me just go show ad, is asking, one of the things is, and this is a low end property. That's not purpose because right now there's a lot of affordability issues. The previous listing she was marketing before this was $500,000 range. And so this is just listed in Oroville, 0 down and down payment assistance for qualified buyers. This is with her realtor partner out of the area here. And in the ad, it says just listed in Oroville, 0 down and down payment assistance options available for qualified buyers. And so we put that in there because it is crazy how many buyers still think that they need 20% down. You all know that as lenders more than anybody. And so when people click the ad, notice it says, what is your time frame to buy? So they're going to select that like normal. And then the next question, see if you qualify for 0 down or down payment assistance. And this is really awesome because now they saw the information about down payment assistance in the ad. So in the ad copy, the ad image, now they're seeing it here as a question and name, email, and phone number. Boom, they're going to go to the property website. And now in the lead notification email that Yi gets, it will say, it'll have those two questions. What is your time frame to buy? And whatever the reply was, would you like 0 down or down payment assistance options? And then it will say yes or no. More than half the people are saying yes, and more than 80% of the phone numbers are good. And some of these people, some of them have bad credit. Some of them have good jobs and they're actually in a good position to buy. They just still want down payment information. And if the lender is able to have 0 down options, then this is a phenomenal type of ad to run with pairing that question up with it because it gets the leads, it gets these buyers that are coming through a lot more willing and open and wanting to talk to you as a lender. So let me know if that makes sense. This ad and question combination is just phenomenal. And again, let me just show you the ad. The reason why we love this ad is because, again, buyer affordability is absolutely critical. And this, I would try to find some listings that are in a hot area where you have a 0 down option available. And again, it's going to be for qualified buyers. And notice we've got the language in the text, and I'm going to walk you through how to do it. We got the language in the image. Again, we want to get that in front of them as much as possible because that way in the follow-up, they're going to be more open to having that conversation. And then lastly, the lead form. All right. So again, what is 1 to 3, 3 to 6? Down payment assistance, yes or no. And again, more than half the people are saying yes. And then, maybe 60% are saying yes. And then maybe 40 are saying no. Let's walk through how to do that ad. And then I'm going to show you a couple of the other ads here. And we're actually going to rerun a couple of these ads. So in fact, you know what? Let's do it for this listing here. So we got this listing 2766 San Luis. I'm going to open up the edit and that way I can come back and just copy and paste. It'll be a little bit easier. I'm going to open up listings in a new tab. And I'm just doing this because I'm going to copy and paste from the old ad. I could duplicate the ad and rerun it, but I want to run it to a brand new audience. I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want it to run to the same audience as before. And there's really no reason why I wouldn't actually. Regardless, let's not worry about that. So we got the listing here, 2766. I'm going to click market listing. And the overview will come up first. And then we're going to go through, we're going to click Facebook and Instagram ads here. So Facebook and Instagram. And so here's the standard text. It's a price reduced listing in Sacramento. Click below. So that's just all the default text. I'm just going to go to my old ad and I want to copy these two lines. So the zero down and the click for more information. I can type that in there, but I can also just copy and paste just like that. And I'll leave everything else the same. All right. Now I've already got zero down and down payment assistance in the ad image. And so let me show you how I did that because it's super easy to do. Just click change template. And so now we got the different templates to select from. I do like the template where the main image is above and 3 images below. So let's go back to that one. And what I want to show you is if I click this edit in the top left, now I can edit every one of these sections. So the top, the bottom, and in the top, I can edit the image and I can edit the banner. So if I click edit text, normally here it might say something like, I can't remember, click for more information or something. But where I want to really emphasize the zero down and down payment assistance options, I'm going to put that as a subheadline. So I'm going to change whatever was there to the more compelling call to action there. Just click save. And if I want to change the color, I could, although I like that red. We want these to stand out. And I'm telling you, overall, the lead cost is great. And just click save. So we edited the default ad a little bit to talk about down payment assistance, zero down options. We edited the image. And then lastly, to get that question in there about zero down, check this out. It's so easy to do. Advanced options, we're going to open that up, create new form. So there's a green button there that says create new form. And then right here, form question. So here I can open this up and I can select which question would be more appropriate for this listing or what I'm trying to accomplish. So as a lender, right, name, email, and phone number, we always want to leave that. I always like to leave that. You want to leave that. We want to know who it is. We want to know their email. We want to know their phone number. I still do the what is your time frame to buy? I think that's a great question, although completely up to you. And then down here, note that there's a lot of different questions. Now, again, as a lender, see if you qualify for zero down or down payment assistance. And these are the options. As a lender, these phenomenal questions. A lot of people are going to come in off this property and somewhat more information about that property. Most are just looking. So they're just looking. They haven't decided on a home. They are not most of them are not pre-qualified. And you know that because when you call them up, they will tell you, I'm not pre-qualified. I'm looking for down payment assistance and what is available for me. So you're able to start having some really good conversations with these people. We do. Have you been pre-approved? The only thing about that is it's just yes or no. So even, right, if they say yes, okay. And if they say no, it just doesn't tell you much. I think this is a much better question, but you got options, whatever you want to do. What is your monthly rent or lease payment? What is your monthly rent budget? That's going to assume that they are a renter. Would you like a list of price reduced homes? That's yes or no. So I'm going to go with see if you qualify. So just click create new form and just close that up. That's all we have to do. It's literally that easy. And I am going to change the budget. We always do $100 a week. and we'll get that ad. And then we're going to run the ad for for straight up down payment assistance. So I'm going to show you that ad, and then we're going to create that ad next. So let that cycle through. You can see in the past, right? 345 a lead, 455, 493, 548. So let's see what we do in the next week with this ad. Now, in the past, in fact, let me show you this one. This is actually interesting. I took the main image and I threw it into Grok. There's a create video feature, and there might be other AI programs that you have access to. And I said, just walk to the front door, right? Just zoom towards the front door. And I just wanted something super slight. I didn't want to be too crazy. And so you can see here, it's just got a little movement, and I think it's done very well. That was before this listing. It went off market, came back on market, and got new photos. So what I'll do is I'll let it run for a couple of days, see how it does with this template. And then if I want to, I can change it back. Also, because it was a really pretty little cottage and it had that big tree there, I just thought and it was empty inside. So now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go edit it. And you can do this too. If you ever run an ad and you decide, you know what, I want to change something, just click the edit, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go change image and video. I've already got that image or video uploaded. So if I go to, I believe, my files, because that was a little video file. So right here, and it says Grok video, right? I think I'm just going to use that same video. Just because with this listing, that the listing is empty on the inside, showing empty rooms, it's just not a great thing, period. All right. So everything else will stay the same. Now you won't have the banner because it's a video, but that's fine. This ad had worked really well before. The same questions are still going to be there. Just click update. And now we got that listing ad going. So we got the one up in Oroville. We got the one here in Sacramento. Now let's run the one for down payment assistance. And as you can see here, all these ones with the video, 588 down payment assistance, 588, kind of odd, right? 769 down payment assistance, 737 down payment. That was $1,000. I know she's got over like 30,000 in the pipeline from these ads. So she's doing pretty well. 952, 832 back in October. So the price is coming down, which is phenomenal. And so I'm going to open up the edit here just so I can have that edit. And then I'm going to go open link in new tab, and we're going to rerun this ad as brand new. Now, in fact, I should have gone to landing pages, because for down payment assistance, I'm going to use the down payment assistance landing page, marketing tools. I got my Facebook and Instagram ads right here. We'll leave it as lead ads by default. Now here, right, check this out. This is the default, but we're going to change everything in there. And if you want access to this ad copy, or you don't want the video, but if you want the ad copy, just ping us and we'll send it to you. No problem. So the ad copy is, I've been helping first-time home buyers get into their first home with down payment assistance that's available. The Fed cut the federal funds rate by 0.25, and mortgage rates have dipped to 12-month lows. A quote that was 6.5 to 7 a few months ago may now price near 5.5 for qualified home buyers in certain programs. There's no income limit or down payment assistance, and you can get up to $45,000 down depending on the county limit. So that's in Northern California. All you need to do is click learn more below and get the information you need. So we change the text to that. And now I'm going to change that image to her video. So I'll click change image and video, and I'll go to my files. That was her video, right? That's not a video from Listings to Leads. And it's this video here. And so it's super easy. If you got a video, and this video was actually a TikTok/Instagram video. And when she did the TikTok Instagram version, she did that version, right? And it was like DM or comment below. And then she paused for a second and said, click learn more below for more information. And so what we were able to do is take that video, edit it in TikTok, actually, where it said, we took the learn more part off. And then for the ad, we cut out the part that said DM or comment below. So it made sense. And so I'll play the video just a quick second. All right, easy. Now, because it's not a listing, we're going to type in location. Actually, let's do Roseville. And we can do radius. We're going to leave radius at 15. No, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do 25. Now, if I'm not going to increase the budget, I would never do that. But I always do $100 for a week. And if it's doing really well, either I'll just extend the ad week after week for a while, or in this case right here, I might come in a couple of days and say, you know what, instead of going 100, because it's interesting, every ad has a different lead profile. It can be really odd that way. Sometimes you run an ad and you're not talking to anybody. That's pretty rare. But then some of the ads, you're just talking to a lot more people. Right? It's the Facebook algorithm, who they're showing it to, time of year, the month, the weather, right? There's all sorts of things. And so there might be times where I come in after a few days and go, let's spend 150 for this current week because we're getting really good leads. I want to keep the leads coming in. And then the last thing, again, just like last time, I want to make sure that the Facebook lead form is matching the offer here, because I'm going to get more engagement from my leads if we do that. So let me show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to open up advanced options, and we're just going to click create new form. No rocket science. We're going to look at those questions, and we've always got name, email, phone number. What is your time frame to buy? I like to leave that on. And because it's down payment assistance, that's already there. So perfect. I don't need to change anything. It's good to go check it. And I'll tell you, this is good for your agents. If you got any agents in your account that we have all these custom questions, is good for them to know about. All right. And when I do my Facebook ad webinars for the agents, we talk about that at length. So, if you're just to tell the agents that you're working with in your Listings to Leads account, hey, listen, make sure to check out Scott's webinars, because he goes through and he will show you how to make sure you're asking the right question in the Facebook lead form, because that way, when you go to follow up, you're going to have better follow-up. You're going to have better engagement. So for example, your agent is marketing a price reduced home for sale. Theirs are borrowed. And they ask the question in the Facebook lead form, would you like a free list of price reduced homes for sale? Now, in the follow-up, if the agent were to follow up and say, hey, John, thank you for clicking on my ad for 456 Maple Drive. And let me know if you like more information. And I saw that you like a free list of price reduced homes for sale. What area are you looking for? And if you just ask a simple question like that, don't get into a whole list of questions and answers that you're going to make them go through, or they'll never respond. Just, hey, thanks for clicking on my ad for 456 Maple Drive. Let me know if you like more information or if you're just browsing. And I saw that you like to get more information about, or a list of price reduced homes for sale. Let me know what area you're looking for. Once they respond to that, then you can ask them, great, what's your price range? What features are you looking for? Are school districts important? Pool, single story home, right? What is it in the home that you're looking for? But if you're to lead off with all those questions, you're going to get a lot less response, because now the lead's going to feel like you're you're quizzing them, right? It's a hard lift. They got to sit there and they got to read through it. Whereas if you just ask a simple question with a simple answer, then you can get the communication going back and forth. And so we'll just do create ad. It's literally that easy. And again, these 3 ads over the last few months have put over $30,000 in her pipeline. A lot of great conversations. And that ad ended just a few days ago. Yeah, 588. I don't know how I missed that ad ending, because I would have normally have liked to come in there. Normally what I would have done before this ad ended is I would have clicked edit, and I just forgot to this time. Sometimes, you know what, we're busy running around. But if you ever have an ad running and it's doing really well, come in here like this and click on budget, and you can always up the budget. So I'm going to say spend an extra another $100. So it's just a total of 200. And then let's bump up that ending time frame from the 13th to the 20th. Now, I'm not going to do that for this one because it's already ended and I've already got the new ad going. But had I been thinking on like the 8th or even the 7th, like a day or two before this ad was scheduled to end, because it was producing good leads, because it had a good price point, I would have extended that ad out. The problem now is if I were to turn that same ad back on, it's going to hit a different audience. And so my cost per lead is going to start blending, and I really won't know how am I doing in this time frame. All right. So if it's an ad that's performing, it might go, let's just say the first week is 588. The second week is not going to go to $8 or $9 because Facebook already has the ad. The algorithm is already into a audience profile. So your cost per lead may go up or down slowly, but it's not going to jump from 588 to $9 in 1 week. I've never seen that happen. It may go from 588 to 620, right, over the course of a week. And then it could go to 670 over the next week, which are all still good price points. And in fact, that's happened one time. And I think on the ad for $1,000, it eventually got to $8 a lead. And then I just turned it off. I'm like, hey, you know what? We had a good run for the first $500, great cost per lead. But then after a certain point, you know what? The cost per lead was starting to inch up a little bit higher than I wanted. So I just turned it off. And in fact, if we go look here, if I go back to the ads tab, I'll show you what I mean. Turn that back on. So we got these 3 ads running now. And it was, let me see. Yeah, right here. So we ended at a blended 737 per lead, but it started out like in the high 5s, low 6s in the beginning. And that's why I ended it right at almost $800, because then it was going up, and I could tell the new leads were coming in like around eight something a lead. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just turn this off and start over. And then so you can see the next one, 769. And normally I would have turned that off a little earlier, but then the last 2, right, below $6, which is awesome. So I'll be curious to see how we do with this one here. And because we got 3 ads running, so this one's going to be ending in the next couple of days, but these 2 are now going to spend $100 over the next week. She'll probably generate 5 to 7 leads a day. She'll probably end up being able to reach out to at least 2, sometimes 3 people a day. She is doing her calls every day she was doing it from 7 to 8 p.m. every day. Now she's doing it from 6 to 7, only because it's getting dark, and calling from 7 to 8 in the summer is easy. Calling from 7 to 8 in the wintertime feels like people are about ready to go to bed. So she's calling a little bit earlier now, but still making sure to time block that 1 hour a day just to call through any new leads for the day, any leads over the last few days that she hasn't touched base with, and so on. All right. All right. Any questions that I can help you with? Let me know. Go ahead and type into the chat if you got any questions. Let me know. And if I go to the dashboard, let me show you something here. We've got, I know we're going to come out with a new email in the next few days about the 50-year mortgage and the Fannie Mae 620. So look out for some emails that are going to be going live soon that you'll be able to send both to the leads that are in your listings to leads account and also to the agents that are in your account. Because we want to make sure that you're able to provide agents with some great emails to send, but also for you to send to your leads that are also in listings to leads. All right. Any questions on anything before I let you go? All right. So again, I think our biggest thing right now with working with agents is helping them with affordability. All right. Find some listings in your area. Don't be scared to do a video like you saw in the ads right here. You can do a video ad, no problem. And again, this is just a Instagram reel. It was nothing special. It's producing great conversations. It's producing great leads. And then the two listings here, one of these two agents, they're both in her listings to leads account. Neither one of them have a password or a username. Yi does them all the management of the ads for them. And so because Yi's going to do all the follow-up. Agents don't do great follow-up 9 times out of 10. So Yi is doing all the ad management, all the lead follow-up. And then as she qualifies the leads, she turns them back over to the agent. And it's interesting because sometimes she'll tell the agent, here's the lead information. Here's a property search to set them up with. Do not reach out to them. When they're ready to talk to you as the agent, then I'll let you know. But so as a lender, try to make sure that you're managing that relationship, because you can very easily get to the point where you turn it over to your realtor partner. Of course, you let the lead know that you're going to do that. And you don't want the agent to come across like a salesperson and blow up the whole thing, right? Which can happen once you get them through and now they're pre-approved, or at another time that's appropriate, you can make that introduction. But just as you're going to be managing and qualifying these leads, there's going to be a time when you want to set them up with a property search, right? You don't want them going to Zillow and they're going to get sold to another agent. You want to keep them in your universe. So go ahead and give them to your agent partner, but just make sure that you're being aware and being conscious and managing that relationship to the point where, like I said, she'll tell the agents, wait before you call them, and don't set them up on a list follow up. Don't start emailing them out of your CRM, right? Just put no contact for now, but just put them in your listing alert, whether it's Lofty or the MLS. Let them get the new listings based on the information given, so they can at least start getting the listings from you, right? All of that. And then when they are ready to talk to you, then we'll have a conversation. We'll make sure that happens. All right. All right, everybody, listen, have a good one. And last thing real quickly here, get your people into the mastermind groups. We are having a phenomenal time with the expireds. All right. So we got the expired challenge going on. Rob just the other day got a signed listing agreement back all over the phone and text, and the flip book and single property website landed the deal. You may or may not know what that even means, but if you have agents that are wanting to get listings, expired and also FSBOs are some of the easiest listings to get. And we are just going gangbusters right now. Another client's got over probably almost $2 million now in the pipeline. Another woman has gotten 4 listings signed in 6 weeks. Other people are just crushing it in the listing presentations using those flip books and the presentation booklets. So any agent partner that you've got, any agent that you want to get a relationship with, make sure to turn them on to the mastermind group so they can get all this great information and they can join us. We do twice daily Zooms, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. East, and again at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. East Coast time. So twice a day we're doing Zoom calls. And then we got a group set up specifically for the expireds. And then we've also got our main group as well. In fact, I just dropped a great post here. The voicemail hack every agent should use with expireds. All right. Most coaches, most trainers, most of these people, they're one-trick ponies, right? They're all about sending out a letter, making the phone call, but they're never all of the above. And we're hitting it on all cylinders. And it is these flip books, it is the presentation booklets, right? Whether you can create these for specific expireds in about 5 minutes. You can order them from us in bulk, and they are just absolutely helping agents close and engage and getting these expired signed into new listings. So, anyways, let your agents know about that. Make sure they're in the mastermind group. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'll talk to you soon.